Good evening, everybody out there in Twitchland. My name is GM Dave, and I'm your host for Roleplay Games. We are a variety streamer here. We do a variety of video games. We do TTRPGs on Thursdays, and every now and then I throw out a workout stream to try to help motivate people to try to live a little bit of a healthier lifestyle. And if you want to do that, that's okay. And if you don't want to do that, guess what? That's okay too. Just do me a favor and just take care of yourself. You know why? Because you are an awesome person and you deserve to take care of yourself. Now, today we are doing something different. I am playing a brand new game, a game I've never played before. This game came out back, I think, in February. It's called The Sinking City. It's a game that was heavily inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. From what I understand, preferably it's inspired by the story from the Shadows over Innsmouth. So, ooh, fantastic. I am so excited to play this game. It's one of those games I wanted to get for a long while. And a friend of mine casually reminded me, oh, by the way, the game's on sale on Steam. You should pick it up. And I'm like, as soon as I got home, boom, got it. Yes. All right, I am filled with energy. I am filled with fun. And I hope you are too. I hope everyone out there is having an epic, a wonderful, or an awesome day. Let's see. Before we start, I just want to do a little quick little things, Every now and then, I am prone, much like everyone else, to go onto the internet and just pal around, whether it be on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. And I gotta say, man, sometimes there's just way too much negativity out there in the world, and that's one of the reasons why I started this channel. I wanted to bring a much more positive outlook to the world, to life, to everything. I want to be entertaining. I want to be fun. I want to entertain all of you with my wacky antics. I'm not afraid to be big. I'm not afraid to get scared. For your entertainment, I am here for you. And who knows, maybe make a career out of this. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, green, 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 green. Say no more, say no more. 2,000 points if you know exactly where that came from. Just let me know if you know where that came from. And don't be Googling it later. I got my eye on you. All right. So let's see. Let me make sure. Always, everyone, you gotta stay hydrated. Stay hydrated as much as possible because you deserve to stay hydrated. Let's see. Got a couple people chilling out, relaxing, all cool, watching me play games tonight. To all of you who are here watching me right now, I say on to you, thank you very much. I super appreciate that about you because you're an awesome person. All right, so I think I said a bunch of things. Now let's go ahead and jump into the game. Let's go ahead. First, we're going to do pause the music. All right, start the sinking city, and let's go on over to Mya. And of course, we reset the damn it Corey counter. Oh, cool. It's using the Unreal Engine. Nice. Ooh, interesting little opening right there. Okay, I see you, game. I see what you're trying to do. You don't want to get in too much trouble now. The Sinking City. All right, remember, this is rated a 17 plus game. So if you're under the age of 17, make sure you have your parents' permission or they're sitting there with you to explain things. Let's begin. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmount, haunted by visions similar to yours. A city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmount as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes van der Berg. Okay. All right, buddy. All right, calm down, calm down. All right, former military man in the Navy. Gotcha. Okay, that's kind of cray cray. Okay. So yes, remember, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is a first playthrough. Okay. Go ahead and make a sanity check there, buddy. Alright, that was a messed up ass dream. First aid and a brick. Karen ship. Is that a gun? That would be a gun.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Gun acquired. A 38. All right, Charles. Let's go ahead. Casebook. Okay, this is tutorial stuff. I kind of familiarized myself with that a little earlier. Folding camera. Key evidence collected. Gunpowder, coil spring, shell casings.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
All right. All right. That's left bumper. All right, that's right bumper. X is my, or A is my action button. Circle is crouch. That's flashlight. Okay.
Now get out. Now get out.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service.
Hello, Johannes.
I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Yes.
Much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Okay.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But
Okay.
you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
I don't like this place.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Nice suit.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
Let's see. The
What
flood.
about this flood?
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't
Throgmorton.
worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A
Yeah.
remarkable creature. Scion of a robust bloodline. A philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
And
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds
charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes.
Way
Steer
too
me
kind.
towards the Devil's Reef.
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderbilt?
Ask all the
I
questions.
host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Okay. Map. Cool. Lore. Skills. Combat, vigor, mind. Map. Oh wow, this place is pretty big. Holy cow. Johannes de Burr reports he has found sources of the maddening visions. All right, here we go. So we are moving. I mean,
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is final.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but
Whoa.
not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
what a coincidence.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
Ha 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 ha! Who are the Innsmouthers?
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Wow.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Good point.
You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does
What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After this fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
All right, where's the fisherman's
The
house?
house where this all happened.
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
Where's the
You mentioned
lifeboat?
A lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Okay.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
I've said everything I know.
Let's see. Now, where is the beach? Let's see. Map. Map. Alright, let's go that way. Oh. What the hell is that? Okay. This is gonna be one of those games. Robert's request. Robert Thorne wants to find his son, Albert, who went missing in the port after returning from an expedition to the sea. He was found barely conscious by a fisherman. Yeah. Until we found Robert, won't allow anyone leave the port. Okay. Mind Palace. Here we go. Thornton, Mers, and the Innsmouthers are an ongoing feud. Albert returned unstable. Okay, deductions. Combine clues to make deductions. Combine clues to make deductions. Okay. Oh, that's how you open the door. Let's see. This is the mind's eye ability. Allows me to see things that normal people can't see. Supposedly. Oh, dude. Come on, man. Clean up a little. Right, Senora Medusa? I mean, I can't even imagine what this place would smell like. Oh.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Your mom, Trebek. Hi.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh my God. What? Who are you? Are you police? I already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Tell me what
I
happened.
want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room.
Thank you for the bits, anonymous cheerer.
Sounds and okay, my head began to burst, and he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams, drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar. Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond.
He does look like Orlando
We
Jones.
all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. That or starve.
Where are the others?
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Okay. Who is
Who's
Kay?
this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Alright, what happened to
You know how
Paul?
Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay, have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or Kay? Did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Alright.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella.
Oof.
He was beaten to a pulp.
What the f- Okay.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
What the? What the? Retrocognition allows you to understand events that happened in the past. Inspect enough evidence on the scene and a vision will emerge. Step into it and find all the critical scenes. Mark the scenes in chronological order to gain new evidence. Okay. What?
Take this, ape face.
Okay. That's, I guess, one.
Yeah, run!
Okay. Woo!
What's happening?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
One.
What's happening?
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Oh, wow. Okay. We got a bunch of things to put together. Hey, what's up, Sylvanus? Yes, it is it's kind of cool, and it's kind of freaking me the fludge out right now. Let's just see how much I can actually figure it out, too. All right. Albert Throgmorton attacked the fisherman at the house as soon as he regained consciousness. Nope. Okay. I guess this is one of the things that I'm now trying to figure out is how to put all these different aspects together. All right. Let's see. Albert fled when wounded. There were 3 fishermen in the house when Albert woke up, but I've only found 2 of them. Let's see. Okay. We'll figure this out. So we got to put 2 things together. William Hammond's testimony. William Hammond, a fisherman, lives with 3 other colleagues, Barry, Paul, and Innsmouther named Lewis Flynn. Will told me that Barry found the unconscious Albert Throgmorton and brought him to their house before leaving to inform Robert Throgmorton. Albert woke up, started making horrible sounds. His hysteria seemed to spread to Will, who began to see visions similar to mine. When he recovered, he found Paul dead on the floor, and there was no trace of Albert or Lewis. He doesn't remember anything beyond that. All right, so now we go to the Mind Palace, and we have to start trying to figure out how to put these different things together. All right, Albert fled when wounded. 1 fisherman is missing. Albert Throgmorton was dangerous. Albert Throgmorton was dangerous and posed a threat to Lewis Flint and his fellow fishermen. Okay. An Innsmouther, Lewis and his people suffered at the hands of Throgmorns. That could be a reason to hate them. Okay. All right. See, now we're starting to put the clues together. Albert Throgmorton spread some sort of psychic influence which made everyone nearby suffer hysteria. I can track down Albert and the fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using my supernatural sense. Okay. Follow the omens. Alright, so now I guess we go outside. We have to follow the omens. Okay, they're pointing that way. Freaky.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Ooh.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Okay. Not freaking out or anything.
There's something in the pocket.
Lewis, please, just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with Fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double the interest. Oh, that's very nice of him. Good for him. All right. A torn piece of jacket stained with blood I found alongside the blood-stained note. Warehouse where Albert Throgmorton fled. Albert, the fisherman named Lewis, fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using supernatural senses. Okay. Lewis pursued Albert after he fled. Lewis may have wanted Albert dead. Lewis may have wanted to kill Albert outright because he was a Throgmorton rather than just driving him off.
fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Whoa! What the hell was that? I found the body of Albert Throgmorton in the basement of a warehouse not far from the fisherman's house. He was fatally shot in the head, impaled on hooks, and then hidden. Lewins, the inspector that killed Albert Throgmorton, may be hiding at the bar in Oakmont Port.
One fatal round through the forehead.
Man, I'm sorry,
That's
dude.
no accident. This
That
was
sucks.
deliberate.
What? Okay. That ain't some freaky deaky stuff at all. Nope. What are those? Do they just represent stuff that I can loot? Maybe. Gunpowder. Let's see. Where is the bar? Warehouse. Fisherman's house. Port. Chronicle, police department, hospital, asylum, university, city hall. Okay, probably gonna suck. Let's go ahead and save the game.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilled for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
I don't know exactly. I have some suspects, but I need to investigate further.
What kind of private eye are you?
A thorough one. When I find him, I'll tell you.
Fine. No one leaves the port until then. Find me that dirt bag and I'll help you with anything you need.
Okay. So now I just need to find a bar. So let's go exploring around the waterfront. Oh, I found the bar. I think. I mean, there's got to be an entrance. Under the keel bar.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Oh, I bet they do.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure. Hey, knock it off!
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I've seen some unsettling creatures around.
Seriously.
Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Drock. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him, once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. Bye.
Alright, Lewis, the imp out there that killed Albert Throgmorton, may be hiding at the bar. A key to the room on the upper floor of the bar where Lewis Flynn is hiding. Let's go ahead and save. Because something's about to happen. Let's see what's about to go down. How you doing, buddy?
What the? Get the... Oh.
Eloquent. Eloquent words indeed. How about you, sir? Not a talkative type. All right.
Hey, who are you?
Whoa!
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Ugh. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
How did it
Start
happen?
at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house.
Yeah?
He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the she. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
Okay.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh?
Yes,
That's a lot.
I very much am.
A newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
All right, to the Mine Palace. Lewis killed Albert Throgmorton while under some sort of mental influence. He couldn't control his actions and thus can't be blamed for Albert's death. I could try and cover for him, or else Robert Throgmorton will have his head. Okay, I mean, is that it? I found Lewis Flynn, the Innsmouther fisherman that killed Albert Throgmorton, hiding at a local bar in the port. He admitted that he was at the crime scene, but he can't remember how exactly he killed Albert Throgmorton. He claims that he was under the mental influence, just like the other fishermen at the house, and that he was not in control of himself. He asked me not to give him up to Robert Throgmorton. I can either reveal Lewis's whereabouts to Robert Throgmorton or save him and lie to Robert. Okay. I have a feeling this is one of those games where it's going to be impossible to always get the right answer.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
I need to get in this guy's good graces.
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family, and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Okay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
Yee.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Okay. See, now I'm kind of curious. I want to... Oh, I just wanted to go back out. I'm just kind of curious to see what happens if we go another route now, to see if we lie and try to let him live. I'm sure there's probably some more longer ramifications. It just depends on how you, I guess, how you put things together when you do your stuff in the Mind Palace. I guess someone was also a really big fan of Sherlock. Let's see. 1959, 20. Let's go here. All right.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure. You want a drink? You want a drink?
Wait.
Hey, who are you?
Okay.
What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender.
Calm down.
I got nothing.
All right. Why'd you kill
Shot to
Albert?
kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
All right. How did it happen?
Beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Oh, I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. With that ape.
What kind of...
Oh, ins...
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all. And so we had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us.
You mentioned a grand... Yeah, a new...
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Bingo!
Right. Those filthy apes.
That was me.
I think...
Please, mister, have mercy. Perhaps I...
You
please...
don't
Okay. Mind Palace time. Lewis was aware of his action. Lewis was aware of what he was doing there. He was mentally fat and couldn't entirely control his actions. But the problem is it was so precise. I mean, I honestly think he did murder him. I mean, the game wants you to lean towards the whole, oh, he wasn't in control of his mental faculties at the time because reasons of hysteria in this game. But man, that really does feel like murder, yo. Psychic influence or not, Lewis was out to murder Albert Throgmorton. He had a motive too, the mutual hatred between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. I must tell Robert Throgmorton the truth and bring the murderer to justice.
What?
You've
seen... I've come...
Yeah.
Tried.
I tracked the murderer down.
Ah!
He was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys. They tore him apart. It was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood. That may have attracted the beasts.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth.
Oops.
From his jacket. Just ask his friends.
Alas, this was my revenge to exact, not some wild beasts. Something must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served.
Mr. Throgmorton.
Yes, but
What?
You is it, Mr.
If I'm... that's all. I'm sorry.
I am a bit... When you...
What about...
the dog...
Alright. Yeah, I'm convinced that this was definitely a murder. So you know what? I'm just gonna go with my gut instinct. Oh, man, this game is freaky! This is not gonna be an easy game. Why'd you do this to me, Slavinus? Why did you recommend this game to me? Because you are a wicked, wicked man. You heard me, Slavinus. You know my feelings. And your wickedness. Oh, don't. No. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Here we go, load. All right. Oof, my shoulder hurts. Ah, damn. Let's see. Robert Thorne gave me a key to the expedition headquarters in northern Quartzside. Fund an expedition. I don't know about I think the controls is a little iffy in this game so far. I wish they were a little bit better. All right. This time we got to just be careful not to keep on pressing X or A.
Oh, yeah. Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days.
I love the fact that bullets are currency.
Hey, knock it off. You want a drink?
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Calm.
I got.
That'd happen.
We, if he
Come on.
right, with that eight.
You shot.
And me.
The things you did.
I don't.
What kind of...
Oh, ins.
I hear that...
Those are the black
And
we always.
you meant... Yeah.
Oh, there's the.
And
Right.
I think...
Please have mercy.
That's
Perhaps.
You think...
Please.
Don't...
Okay. So we've done this a few different times. Let's go ahead and activate the Mind Palace. Lewis was aware of what he was doing during the fight with Albert Throgmorton. All right. Let's go ahead and turn this case in. Open and shut. I wish there was like a dash button. Let's see. Now we're gonna save because we're gonna just go from here.
Mr. Throg.
What?
Some.
You've seen I've commissioned a few.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid.
And just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender.
Get him!
He had a bone to pick with your family.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off justice.
Mr. Throg.
Yes, but
I was.
They're not.
We already know this. We saw it already.
Do these water.
When you, they will. The dollar lost.
All right. Frosty welcome. Case complete. Let's see. Robert Throgmorton gave me a key to the expedition headquarters. It is in the northern cover side at the crossroads of Asher Road and Hubert Ave. Asher Road and Hubert Ave. Let's see, where is Asher Road and Hubert Ave? And cover side. I mean, did I read that right? Give me key to the expedition headquarters. It's in the northern cover side at the crossroads of Asher Road and Hubert Ave. Northern cover side. Let's see, Asher Road and Hubert Ave. Asher and Hubert. Where is Hubert? This doesn't make sense. Here's Asher Road. Bingo, here we go. New case, lost at sea. Skills. Knowledge points. 1. I can put it into combat, into vigor, or to mind. Carry up to 25 pieces of any crafting material. Earn more experience and stay sane for slightly longer. Okay. Let's see. Or I can be a trapper. Set traps twice as quickly, or keep an extra bullet loaded, gaining a chance to deal double damage with the pistol. Vigor. Carry 7 more pistol rounds. When close to death, slowly regenerating a limited amount of health for one last fighting chance. I want to stay sane slightly longer. All right. So we got a revolver and a pistol. Let's have the pistol loaded. Alright, so I take it we can finally leave this area. Ooh, a cutscene. Dude, you kind of left your body back there. You should get that. It's kind of important. What? The flip was that? Okay. If you die, your last save will be low. Your character will be prepared the closest safe zone. Ooh, that looks comfy. So what's that daywear? Let's go with daywear. Dear Mr. Reed, I understand you are the private eye that caught the murderer in the port. My life is in danger and I cannot trust anyone in this city. Please come to my room, which is just opposite of yours. I am in despair. My studies have drawn the attention of vile forces. They stalk me and will take me soon. I have cast my lot and I am beyond saving, but the 7 books must be saved at any cost, even if I'm gone. Find my notes there. This knowledge must not be lost, as it could be our kind's last hope for enlightenment. Please be the bearer of this light, for I have failed. Okay. Antipsychotics are good. Raids on Innsmouthers. The number of attacks on the Innsmouth immigrants have increased. Raids are intensifying with more and more Innsmouthers exposed to abuse and assault. Sometimes whole families are found dead in their houses. Police are on the case with several illegal Innsmouther businesses captured and their owners sent to jail. The city ought to have been cleaned out of these fish-faced scum long ago, said Robert Thormartin, head of the Thormartin Grand family. I regret only one thing. It all started too late. Had we not neglected our civic duties, my son Albert would still be here with us. Well, that's kind of my fault. Wow. All that we see or seem is just a dream within a dream.
Never again, they say.
Looks like a dog tag.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
My diary, part 1. I don't know what exactly sank the USS Cyclops. Only remember the screams and the metal creaking, water filling the deck, and my headache, the worst I've ever had. I found myself among the floating seaweed drowning. A nearby piece of boat helped me survive and reach the shore of a small island. They found me on it later, starving, half mad, and babbling about the incident, ruins, and their denizens. The officials said none of what I thought... Excuse me? The officials said none of what I thought I'd seen was real, but my memories are true. My strange powers granted after that ordeal prove it. I found something horrible on that island, something old and dark and slithering, and it still haunts me. Okay. Is that Laudlum? Laudlum!
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Note from J. Vanderberg, Johanna Vanderberg. Mr. Reed, it seems that you were overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time. Johannes. Book in the bank. Talking with locals is never easy, but this old chap has one of the queerest yet. He was happy to talk about the book, but only laughed when I proposed to buy it. I left it at the most guarded place in the city. I paid enough to keep it there until the world's ends. And if it abandoned after the flood, even better. Ignorance is the best guardian. I'm guessing he meant the abandoned bank building in the northern advent on Fourfeather Street between Hellog Street and Windolph Ave. Alas, it would be too dangerous to go there by myself. The local legends may be more than mere superstition. A dozen witches were hanged on a huge apple tree that still grows near the cider mill. Among these documents is a confession. Oof. One of the witches said that the devil himself granted them a book with words of power. This book hides itself from mortal eyes, waiting for the witches to be reborn and return to claim it. The witch who wrote this confession lived eastern Reed Heights, somewhere north of the intersection of Communion Road and Museum Avenue. Could the book still be there? Building the church was his redemption. Day after day he worked without payment, carrying stone and putting them in the moist soil of Salvation Harbor. At night, when he returned to his house behind the church, he could not sleep. The book his ancestors brought across the ocean called. What the church was built, the priest found him hanged by the bell ropes, but the book is still waiting for someone to come and read it. His house is in the central Salvation Harbor on the Old Church Road between 7 Oak Street and Wyndham Street. Still has a bad frame. No one wants to live there even after the flood. Shell casings, gunpowder, pistol rounds. It took a lot of effort to track this book. After being stolen from the Throgmorton Museum, it was bought by a local surgeon who was found dead in his house after the flood. I snuck in and checked out his place, but in vain. Still, there's somewhere else the tome may be. The private hospital in the Western Reed Heights where the surgeon worked has been abandoned. The archives say it was Bourbon Road between Innsmouth Road and Oak Street. I boarded up the windows and locked the door. They are just men, the Yellow King's gang. They can't get me now. Now there's only me and these nightmares. A little longer and I'll figure them out. The fishermen talk of a place near the Blackwood Manor, to the southern part of the Whisper Street, where meetings occur in the dead of night. The locals don't like the part of the eastern Grimhaven Bay because they seem to fear those who gather near the half-built ships. They say a certain book is read at these meetings, a cursed tome that makes people so crave the sea's touch that they go and drown in the ocean. The one reading the book stands on a cursed boat that sinks in the fog. Those who saw it touch the shore have either gone mad or disappeared. I had a dream so real it still makes my hands shake. A huge Ferris wheel rose amidst the city. People got on and rode it higher and higher before jumping off its peak. As the pile of corpses grew bigger, the crowd pushed me to the wheel. And then I saw a man with a leather bag. He was standing in the center of the wheel and reading from a book. His awful dirge was making the wheel rotate and dragging the crowd to their slaughter. Could this vision be real? I know there is a Ferris wheel at the park in the western Old Grove near Century Avenue and Beacon Street, but where could that be? Okay. Oh, enough. Jeez. Holy crap. Tome in the ruins. Local women were talking about a ruined house in Central Coverside near the radio tower on the crossing of Landing Avenue and Kingsport Street. They said the ghost of the house owner and his family still read the unholy book they kept. Several newcomers who tried to settle those ruins have gone mad. Mystic tomes. Holy crap.
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
How are we just... Okay, we can't go in there. Anyone else we could snoop down? Mr. Archer, I seen you dragging things into your room. Mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave. Your landlord.
The door won't budge.
Too many coincidences. So the lighthouse is out. Several ships have gone lost at sea, and some are now decorating the city's beaches. That's one thing, but now there's an enterprising fellow at the city port hiring salvagers to recover ships. He's turning a tidy profit from selling them. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look onto it. Now, if only the city wasn't so impossible to navigate. Ugh. Seriously, hire a maid or something. I wonder. Options. Settings. Let me just get the sensitivity to where it's like comfortable. Okay, that feels a little bit better.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister, you want to stay on here? You stop making all that noise.
Sorry, but who are you again?
You bang your head or something? I'm Victor Olmsted. I own the place. This place. The Devil's Reef Hotel.
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't really remember what happened, but I'll do my best.
Yeah? Well, next time it happens, you end up sleeping under the bridge like the other newcomers.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Are we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look?
Yep.
Well, fine, fine. Take what you wish.
Ooh, that's a lot of notes. Darren, I think I'm finally starting to figure this out. Locals use signs to mark special places that you know already, kind of like the secret signs hobos use all over the country. What I learned is that the tradition dates back to times well before the flood. I've been able to find out the meaning of some of them. You've seen the crooked H-shaped sign on the doors around town? That means the house is inhabited. The crosshatch grid sign marks hidden caches or useful items. The V-shaped sign is for barricaded, dangerous place. Good catch there, they say. Still haven't figured out the spiral-shaped sign, though. You'll have to investigate yourself. And if you see a sign with a cross and 3 Ks, reach for the gun. Walter, K help you if I hear you're peddling your cheap, affordable living again. I could live with you renting out best-ridden flop houses, but you're cutting into my profit. Don't make that mistake. I know you're on the fish market, and I have dangerous people living there, and I can send after you. You've been warned. Vic. That's a big crab thing.
I'm watching you, newcomer.
I'm glad you're watching me. Somebody's got to watch me. Okay. Letters. Oh man, there are just so many letters here. That I'm gonna actually probably have to do on my own time and then plot what I'm gonna do. All the documents. So let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and save and then probably call it for a day because there seems to be a lot of information I have to go through, and I don't think it's fun to put everyone through that. So let's go ahead. Got our save on, and we're gonna go and quit. All right, so that game, it's very interesting. I'm gonna see about playing that more. I'll play like once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on how much interest I can drum up for it. You know, it's cool, it's different, and what I'm going to try to do going forward, I want to sometimes part of me wants to see like the different angles and the different aspects of the game, but I think I'm going to just try to play it as cold as possible. I'm just going to just run through it, no more seeing what ifs going forward. Oh man. So let's see. Anything else for today? I believe that's it. I know I'm ending a little bit early, but I just realized I'm a little hungry. I haven't eaten my dinner yet, so I should go ahead and go do that. And before I go, I'm going to leave you with these words. Every single day, do something for your mental health, do something for your physical health. You deserve to take care of yourself and go on your own weird journey, much like our protagonist in the sinking city. So I'm kind of curious to see where this story takes from here. It's a Cthulhu, it's an H.P. Lovecraft story, so automatically we know there is not going to be a happy ending. It is just not physically possible. But let's see what happens when we get there. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna stream. I don't know if I'll have enough time to either do a workout or for a game stream, but I'm gonna be here nonetheless. So remember, adventurers, every single day do something for yourself, mental and physical health. And until we meet again, remember to always, and I mean always, crit those gates. And I'll see you on the next stream. Take care, everyone.